What are Eslrs? Hi, I'm Kevin Penfield and I'm here to answer that question. Eslrs is an acronym. It stands for Expected School-Wide Learning Results. The Eslr covers 4 major topics: prepared scholars, accomplished communicators, continuing learners, and knowledgeable global citizens, otherwise known as PAC. We aren't here just to talk at you. We hope to give you some useful information that you can really use in the next few years. Let's take a look at some job interviews where these skills will work in your favor.
In this job, you must be able to make decisions and connections with other people from other companies. Can you give me an example of a time when you're able to make connections and decisions on your own?
When I was in high school, I was in broadcasting, which itself is a very important class. But when I was in it,
As you can see, a person who has mastered multiple subject areas will be better fit for the workplace. Now let's take a look at the skills of an accomplished communicator.
So, what skills do you have from your life that would make you an accomplished communicator?
My English classes as well as my art classes in high school have made me do a series of things that have molded me into an accomplished communicator.
Anyone who can show expertise in written, spoken, or artistic language will be useful for any company. But unless you are a continuing learner while you're in your new environment, you will only be useful for a short amount of time.
So, how will you be useful in our company at any job we place you in?
I'm a continuing learner. From high school, I've taken with me the power to always be a continuing learner. You learn something new every day, right?
Even after you leave high school, whether or not you're going on to college, you will be continually asked to learn new skills and understand new concepts. If you can do that, then you can be successful anywhere. What will send you above and beyond is being a knowledgeable global citizen.
In our company, we do a lot of dealing with people of other ethnic backgrounds. What do you have that will show me you can be a global citizen?
Well, in my 4 years in high school, unfortunately a few kids had died when I was there, and to show our support, we actually had a prayer service.
Hopefully you are starting to get the idea that these are real-world skills that will be useful for years to come. But just to make sure you've got the point, here's Mr. McDougall to hammer it home.
You know, when I think of Eslrs, I think of students who are finishing at Cosumnes Oaks. You know, you go to class, you do all the things that you're going to do while you're in high school, but the Eslr is what you take with you. And I was thinking about this last year. Do Eslrs really matter? And it hit me, absolutely they matter. And my evidence is last year's graduating class. We had 240 students in that class, but only 211 of them actually graduated, and only 200 actually got to walk at ARCO. So how did we go from 240 to 211 to 200? And it hit me. It was the Eslrs. The kids who had made it all the way to ARCO had mastered the Eslrs. They had done and put all the pieces together, and so they had these skills to help them get across the finish line and graduate. The other kids might have graduated, or maybe they didn't even graduate, and it was because they hadn't mastered the Eslrs yet. So when you think about it, I want you to think about Eslrs like this. When you're in school, you take the classes, you do the projects, you write the papers, you do the math problems, you do the science labs. All that's great. But we'll know if you mastered the Eslrs if you make it to ARCO on May 15th. If you're in the graduating class of 2012 and you're there on May 15th, I think that's a very good indication that you have mastered the Eslrs